And hello. I'm sorry, but we are open. No returns. Yeah, we threw most of the things last time, I believe. I got stuck in the very end. I did ultimately take a little peekaboo on things. Not a whole lot of things what which it implies like walkthroughness going on, but I found some things that are at least give me some indications of where to perhaps poke around and look at. There are of course secret things we missed. And so we are going to go try to get a hold of them now. But we, of course, started up as a manager at the local store. And, yeah, this guy. A previous manager. Where am I? Home store? Yeah, I think this is our home store. Yeah, it is. And, various things determined and found out, and it just got worse and worse. Retail hell. Corporate retail hell, especially. So I believe one place we need to visit is, I think we have to visit technically everywhere, but without immediately just re-looking at the maps. Apparently there was a bit more we could do somewhere out here with a thing we now have. But I don't know about that. Oh. Well, more's the fool me for not trying to walk down the street, I guess. No, now we're here. Well, there's a light right here, so... how are we on trash? We are basically full on trash. Pick that up, but try not to pick any more up, really. Okay, well. Use the weld cutter. Apparently this was a welded up building. The hardware store. Q. Welcome to your new Halloween store. Formerly your local hardware store. Your one-stop shop for costumes, decorations, and other memorabilia. Open only in October. I.e. Spirit Halloween. Locked. I'm sure we can fix that. A dry mess mars the floor. I can clean that up. And obtain a bag stuffed with money. Good. I could use more money. Boop. Oh, I didn't mean to leave. There's a wet mess. Another dry mess. Another wet mess. Clean it up. Get some more bag of money. The dry mess. To get a bag of money. And another wet mess. To obtain a bag of money. Ain't nothing going on right here. And the floor is wet. Clean it up. To, of course, get a bag of money. We get $30 right there. We got 100 right there. Okay. Had to cough. And just a bag of money. Yeah, a bag with some money. That'd be $5. Yeah. Into the back room. Saw that scamperdoodle. We will just kind of ignore that, maybe. It's okay, we got a bag of stuff with money right there. That was a worthwhile waste of a singular trash. And another one, because we gotta progress. Oh, there's either our puppo or a different puppo. uncertain. You got Save Data Grocery. That's the thing we're going to need, apparently. You got Hardware Truck Key. But yeah, apparently there's more save data to obtain than just corporate. Which makes sense, I suppose. Unlocked with the Hardware Truck Key. Climb through. Oh. I should not have touched. Ugh. They're still alive. At least it wasn't my mascot. Haha. Self-defense training. Stalker. Trash, because I don't trust your thing to... Actually, you don't hit very often, mascot, I'm sorry. Okay, didn't really need the 5-second rule, but that's okay. Noxious trash. Proper packaging. Trash. Noxious trash. Go-karts. You bludgeoned the one who didn't have. How dare you? Paid leave. Unravel the trash to find noxious trash. You unravel the trash to find noxious trash. You unravel the trash to find noxious trash. You unravel the trash to find noxious trash. Back to work. Bag stuff with money found. Raw meat found. And a smiley stamp. We were looking for that. Used by corporate liaisons to file for managerial termination. Requires a resignation letter. Well, well, well. I used up a bunch of trash. We can... we used up 7 trash. 1. 2. And 7. Okay, so we got part of what we wanted. How do I get back out of here? How did I get in here? Welcome in, Becca. I'm sorry that we're open, but we are. There we go. Sure, I guess we do the same thing over at the sister location. Truly unfortunate indeed. And welcome in, OG, as well. So I guess similarly we can just, how did I never notice that at all? I feel silly about not noticing that, but we all know I'm not the most observant at times. Yeah, there's not been much more audio than this, by and large. This is the Carniceteria. We used the weld cutter to break through the weld. Or it was welded. Ah, a butcher shop, understood. A realm of carnitas and whatnot. Meaty. Mellow meaty. Their hands look rather twisted. I probably shouldn't, but... touch. And they're still alive. I'm gonna go ahead and give some self-defense training to our bagger. We will attempt nature calls, but I have a feeling it ain't gonna work, because it don't often work. Improper packaging. Go karts. Go karts. Hey, it worked. No stun, apparently. And by apparently, I mean unfortunately. Alright. Everyone start throwing trash. What should you know about what's going on? And what even is this game? This game is... Sorry. We're open. No refunds. It is a survival horror retail RPG with a bit of text adventure going on as well. Created in RPG Maker MV, we are the manager of a soulless corporate supermarket that was very rundown and terrible. And as we continued to move forward with things, we slowly got a little... I just noticed the line of pixels on top of the enemy's head. It keeps growing and shrinking. I believe that is because it is... You can actually very subtly see it indeed moving up and down as it breathes. Gross. But yeah, to ensure our own corporate building, our own store, flourishes, we slowly but surely did our shifts and then had to start branching out, and per corporate itself suggesting we do so, scavenging from other affiliated locations. And then working more shifts and such things, and we have slowly but surely continued to build towards more and more, capitalism horror is what largely the horror is, but also, grossness like this. We opened the trash to find it was noxious. It was also noxious. If we can succeed 2 more times with Noxus trash, then it'll be dead. Nope, we failed. Another flail. Rude of you. And so a lot of what we can do, we have a lot of skills that cost us money. Things such as the self-defense training, supervisor training, stocking preserve. Stock the preserves, I guess, or preserve stocking, I don't know. We can GP by to frustrate them and make them counterattack. That could have been potentially useful. And also some obsolete training forgotten by corporate that are skills taught by union. We can also goof off, but that hurts me and can kill me. It's a little envelope you put your stocking in. It isn't Christmas time. That makes sense. There we go, yeah. We can also just get money by bleeding someone for most of their health, because everyone, with exception to people who have a condition or a quote-unquote liability that lowers their HP, their max HP, everyone only has 10 HP. So that's a lot of health lost to get $20. Anyway, and we have a bunch of items. Not a lot of them are very good to use. You get a human-shaped fruit. You can see its chest rise and fall. Mostly we just throw trash when we're not using skills, because everyone has their own special skills as well. But I throw the trash because it can heal me a little bit like that. Or we can get a little bit of money. Yeah, pretty much. Or it will be noxious, and he only has 1 HP left, so he did. But now we can go back to work. And we found a bag stuffed with money and some raw meat. And we got $100. Worthwhile pestering. Let's utilize those bags of cash, because they don't do us any good as a bag of cash. It gives us money. We are, as far as I can tell, generally close to the end of the game. There are multiple endings, of which, at this point, I probably will, if I can, show them all off by looking up how to get them. Because we've reached the point where my curiosity is, well, what do those what does the difference in ending entail? Bag back there. Oh, but there was also a bag there. And a bag here. Save data for department store. Good to know. There's my bag money. There's also a game within a game. which is also an RPG going around retail and corporate areas. Hey, we can finally get this thing. The resignation letter. Which is to say... can be given to corporate liaisons to file for a managerial termination. It also requires a smiley stamp, which we have right there. Alright, I guess we are done back here. Those are the two things we were after. Outside of also looking for another... we spent a lot of trash. I mean, we also were looking for... did we spend enough trash to use... I'm not going to come back here again probably, so we'll just go ahead and grab that. Slip down. And just out like that, sure. I keep forgetting how to leave those areas, but we done so do it. We're at the sister location, which means we're at the grocery store, which means I also want to head into the back here for raisins. Not that one. This way. Sneak between the shelves, climb up here, and talk to the banana. Take the plunge. Hey, look, that's where we just were. If you bring me raw meat, you can have my fruit. Okay. Throw it in. Obtained a human-shaped fruit. More. We have another raw meat, so let's do that as well. Bring me more. Okay, well, I don't know. I mean, I guess we'll find more raw meat somewhere then. I don't know if he'll ever actually be satisfied. Alright. Alright, we can't go out that way. We have to go find the escalator. Ascend the escalator, and now we're back here. Those guys just hang out. Alrighty, now with the resignation things, we can go back to the parent company and fire the liaison, which I have a feeling they want me to do. But we can also go to our home store and play a game. Who wouldn't want to play a game? Back in here. That's a former manager of this location. Log on. Welcome. This is a computer. There's something going on in the name change area that I don't know about as well, potentially. But we can worry about all of that when we hunt for endings. And by hunt for, I mean, I'll just look up how to do them. Anyway, go into the documents. Here's RPG Crafter. Let's play RPG. Continue with the save data of... I don't know what's the first one that shows up. Grocery. Hi. I've done it. I became a perfect example. The best model. Was I afraid to sacrifice everyone? Of course. But after the first one, I got better going forward. Maybe this will be enough for corporate to make me a liaison. You got a crate key. Woo. I don't remember a crate being locked, but good. Maybe we'll find the second freezer key in here then. And by in here, I mean in one of these save files. So next up, department. Feel like we're gonna have to find another save data. The clothes crate is unlocked. Dig inside. More clothes. Dig deeper. You find clothes from last season. Dig deeper. The clothes are starting to get damp. There are some employee uniforms in the mix. Some cheap Halloween costumes pop out. You find some clothes from the last decade. And here come the Santa suits. An Easter Bunny suit with chocolate stains. Hopefully. You find some clothes from 2 decades ago. Groovy. To note, the game takes place in 1990X. So that would be clothes from 1970X. Groovy. And it looks like you reached the bottom. You got 1 door key. I can unlock the door in corporate now. Use the door key. I'm free. Sparkle. You got a floppy disk. Hell yeah, we need that. Hey, corporate dude, you got a tie, it looks like. Welcome to my office. I'd ask you to sit, but this place isn't real. But unfortunately, you and I are. I think it's time to fix that. Confront. Hi. Time for your performance review. Alrighty, self-defense training on the bagger, because he's the most hurt. No, I don't want to goof off. I want to, nature calls. Proper packing. Go-karts. Just hoping to stun him. Oh, I did stun him. Excellent. Self-defense training for our puppo. Nature calls. Proper packing. Go-karts. Go-karts. That was a crit. Excellent. And we stunned him again. Hell yeah. And we stunned him a 3rd time. Cool. Alright, you have 1 health left, so we can just trash you. Noxious trash. Back to work. Bag stuffed with money found, bag stuffed with money found, bag stuffed with money found. I can't believe it. Someone like you is the one to do it. Well, no matter your status, you're all programmed the same way anyway. Disbelief. It's always your first reaction to tragedy. It's how we conditioned you all. Every single one of you who walked through our doors. Spending our money, taking our time, living in our bathrooms. Remember, we gave you this. So believe me, if it's you who undoes the corporate entity like this, my first and last thought, you're serious. You got conditioning VHS tape. Cool. I know where we can watch that. Return to the title screen. Let's get back to work. Yep, that's the break room. There's our friends. We spent some mops and things. Alrighty, so if we head on this way, we'll be back on the floor. Enjoy the music. We have the VHS tape, but we don't have the VCR box. Damn it. Okay, well I know what to do with the get some bag stuff of money, right? Can't go out that way because they'll detect metal on my person. Head on back to the back, because we can leave. because we now have that floppy disk, so I know what to do with that. Can't do anything with that yet. An item from a computer game, we got the crate key. So we leave. Head to corporate. No, I guess we didn't need to leave for the other thing, but I want to go to corporate first anyway. So if we don't want to go to corporate, we want to go to the plaza. I forget every time. Ah. Head on down through here. Hello, corporate liaison. They will take your time. They will take your mind and then your body. Everything you own, not even your semblance is safe, let alone your loved ones. But my soul already belonged to them. The hologram projection is fading. I will request their resignation. Lucky you. You get to be human again. Find your corpse. The rest will follow. Oh. I have a face. Terrifying. Yeah, I don't know that I'm gonna find my face. Or not my face. We have a face. Find my corpse, I mean. To the home store. Just a fair warning to everyone. Another one of them. You used to have a suit on. The odorous acid gnaws at the flesh. They're still alive. Nice crit. Ah, why'd you miss? Oh, I've been stunned. Everyone throw your trash. The reason our stalker occasionally gets 2 turns is because they are, in fact, a parent. Which means sometimes they get 2 turns, but healing items and abilities, such as paid leave, are not as effective. Bag stuff with money found, raw meat found. You got $100. Immediately turn around. Oh, wrong one. We're going back to the sister location to see if that is the final raw meat to be fed. Probably not. There's probably like one more hanging around somewhere. Unless we have 8. Do we have 9 right now? Or do we have 8? Oh, we have 9. Never mind. That might be the, this might be the last raw meat. Just for the sake of, you know, a nice round number like 10. Take the plunge. If you bring me raw meat, you can have my fruit. There you go. Throw it in. That is enough. Heck yeah, 1 medal left. With enough meat inside me. Maybe, just maybe, I'll become more human and die a natural death, unlike you. Cool. Alright, bye. Have a beautiful time. So we have fully satisfied the meat monster. And I went the wrong way again. We have a face now. I wonder if the people who are loitering outside of every building will like me more now that I have a face. Because they were very unhappy about the fact that I was rather faceless. Seriously, though, you know the place you... Okay, yeah, that's... It's all the same. Okay, back to... Home store. Back to where we just fought that meat person. And we'll go deeper and further. Wrong direction. Anyway, as I was starting to do a fair warning situation, fair warning, we're about to enter the Mother Mall. Here it is. But we can't do anything up there. We don't have floral shears. We have to keep the general public out for our survival. Dead. Well, I killed him by talking to him. I'm sorry. Dead. Dead. I'm gonna sneeze. Dead. Sneeze. Finished. Bleh. Here's where we can use a floppy disk. An old computer hooked up to the mall speaker system. It's been playing the same quote-unquote music on repeat. Insert floppy disk. Upon inserting the floppy disk, the music throughout the mall stops. Another compartment pops open. You got fabric scissors. The tape bars entry. It's stronger than it looks, but we got fabric scissors, so it makes quick work of the tape. There's no going back after some messes. Okay, sounds like that is the final mess then. We can't go either any of those directions. Everyone's a little hurt. I don't really have a means of healing them outside of battle, unless I start using those human-shaped fruits, but I don't know if I want to do that. The VCR, I don't know how to get it, whatever, we'll do the thing. Now going back to the messes, clean it up. The corporate ladder. Restart required, unidentified actions detected. Now we're probably fine. Alright. Fight the fucking corporate ladder itself. Defensive training. Mascot. It wouldn't be upsetting. It's the fact that it's fruit. Nature calls. Proper packaging. Go-karts. Go-karts. We have stunned the corporate ladder. Good. Self-defense on the stalker. Nature calls. Proper packaging. Corporate go-karts. Go-karts. Hi. The corporate entity stirs. You have a creepy face. Yeah, I think I'm good with destroying you. Three go-karts, hell yeah. Yeah, I would throw trash with everyone just to be like, ah, but I think we're gonna keep just doing those instead because those are guaranteed damage, whereas this is only potentially one damage. And I don't know how much health this actually has, especially when we miss. But we stunned it anyway. Okay, I think now we can probably trash it. Noxious trash. Here we go. Back to work. Bag stuff with money found, bag stuff with money found, bag stuff with money found. We have defeated the corporate entity. Gonna just go ahead and use this money before I can't. So I don't want to accidentally trigger that as well. Got $50. Got $50. Got $50. The stain looks to have been cleaned at the cost of bleaching the floor. I can make a mess, but that seems like that'll just, like, reactivate the battle. What if I try to leave? Closed. Okay, well, I can't leave. So I guess I need to make a mess. No longer closed after we've made a mess. Well, what did I not understand with what was going on there? Also, how do I find a means to open up that other locked door? As I stare at this map and being like, why is this so friggin' tiny? Oh, you know, that's... No, that is my... Yeah, that is my store. That's not what I was looking at. I was looking over here. Those apparently both go to the same place, so I don't need to worry about that anymore. Okay, well, none of that is helpful for anything. Alright, what am I doing here? Need to get the wound cutter. They're not okay. Just go defeat the final boss and then do the endings, it says. That doesn't help. Oh, I'm an idiot. You're right. Well, I guess we're going to be doing this again then. Reclaim the mess, yes. Oh, cool. Closed. 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 Oh dear. They were just having a good time wandering around. Sounds like a broken window. Oh god, the riots. A crowd of hungry eyes stare back at you. Sorry, we're closed. You stand your ground as the doors before you hold still and strong, but as you try to move, your body fails to respond. You can also feel your vision and conscience follow in suit and leave you. The people outside now look right through you, as you have now truly become just another asset to the store. Oh yeah, sorry that my, oh no, I'm a mannequin. Sorry that my mouse cursor was on there. So that was one of the endings of Sorry We're Open. I'm not sure how we become just another aspect of the store by saying we're closed. I guess we can supposedly, even after doing the thing, we can supposedly get the other endings as well. So I imagine the other ending is from saying, well, come in, we're open. I mean, yeah. I'll save my overall ramble. Pizza Mafia. My overall ramble about the game once we've done all 3 endings. Neko the Turtle, Zack the Dragon, the Sass Jacket, and of course some staple tapeworms. Thank you for playing. Yeah. Well, we're not done. We have 2 more endings to do. I might be able to I might already technically know all the pieces, and I've done half of them as well for the final ending. You got bus fare 1/4. We're back. In Pog form. I guess we need to go... Are we all healed up? No, of course not. I did get that money, did I? Yeah, I did. Good. Company car. Back to the home store, because it's... I keep forgetting, because you would think you would get to the final boss location from, like, the... what do you call it? From corporate, you know? But no, it's right here. The Mother Mall. So let's clean it up again. I'm glad we don't have to fight the boss again. That's nice. The fact that we had to go choose to re-clean the mess in the first place instead of cleaning it up a second time or whatever made me feel like it was we're gonna have to redo the boss fight. But I appreciate not needing to do that. Broken window. Crowd of hungry eyes. Come in. We're open. Chaos engulfs you as the sheer multitude of people and their mania break through the store entrance. Lost in the oceans of flesh, you feel yourself being pulled and torn in all manner of ways. Until eventually, there's nothing more they can take from you. Yeah, it makes sense. So that is the other ending of the main endings. I still don't understand the ending by saying we're closed. Especially because, I mean, for a little bit of context as well, that I guess I'll give a little bit better by looking at the punch cards once we're done through this. Okay, good. We got the bus fare from that one. One of the punch cards, i.e. one of the means in which we had to do the actual like gameplay loop and whatnot, was a special one right here, the Riot of 90X. I.e., and that was all about how, for one reason or another, people were getting in a big old frenzy and rioting. And I imagined that this was what that was about. That what we were about to quote unquote play through. So it made sense that by claiming, yeah, we're open, like the whole point of that was like they were destroying a bunch of crap at the time. But what you call it? But to be like, no, we're closed. I don't know. Maybe because by saying we're closed, we're technically protecting the store. I don't know. Anyway, we still have the final quote-unquote true or whatnot ending. We're gonna do that. Sure. Defeat corporate save data. We did that. Handed all union cards over to the donut shop. Oi. Oh, we're missing a union card. Well, that's oh, right, yeah. Well, that's because we got to do that still. To the sister location. For apparently... For apparently... once we beat this place, we can, hey, boss, did you... You look a little different. New hat or something? I have to pay to fire you? Well, here's your severance. You paid $100. You serious? You're really laying me off right now. $100 is fucking... It's nothing compared to what I need to find another job. I'm taking my severance. And since I no longer work here, you can get this. Workers' comp. We've learned the skill, workers' comp. I don't need it anymore. Alright, I'm sorry that made me feel bad. Workers' comp. Alright, what does workers' comp do? Gives region to the entire crew? Well, frick. That would have been useful. Recommend the better. I'll chew your butt. Yeah, you do seem tired. I know, right? I mean, all of the union skills are the most powerful skills in the game. Because they cost more. But CPR training let me revive an ally. Instead of just letting them be fired and dead if they died. An actual heal ability. And Sugar Rush, I believe, lets them have a second attack. So if you give them a mental health break, you know. But of course, all these union skills are skills that were forgotten by corporate, forgotten by corporate, forgotten by corporate, and forgotten by corporate. Every time I see crunch, I know it's supposed to mean, working crunch. Light a fire on your employee, but that is not what I think of. Same with chew out. Well, chew out I usually think what they mean, but... And now with that, we have all the union skills. So we need to get rid of all the union skills. Which feels weird and dumb, but... We don't technically need them anymore, I don't think. I don't think there are any more fights left. Should we go to the plaza? The donut shop. Leave a union card. Select union card. Remove the respective manager's skill. Employee health fund. Paid leave. Workers' comp, mental health. Mental health. You lost union card, mental health. Manager skill, mental health break. Leave union card. Employee health fund. I will leave another union card. Paid leave. And the final one. Sneef. You're serious. You come and leave the mock me, my peers, my co-workers. Get out. Get the fuck out. I can still order donuts though. Uncertain what they mean. I haven't been to a supermarket exchange, but I hear they got stuff like this there. Manager walking around. Yeah, me. Okay, well, that was the thing we needed to do, which I believe now we go to home store. Nothing to do with that was to go to the home store, go to the Mother Mall, clean the mess back up, watch an ending. I genuinely do not understand if the implication is that we were telling the guy to unionize or if we were being like, haha, I totally don't need these things. Because if it was the latter one, then I feel like we are slowly working our way towards not a good ending, but it's apparently the quote-unquote true ending or whatever, real ending, I don't know. I don't know what's going on, I just know we're supposed to trigger an end. Oh, hey, it's you. Dot, dot, triple dot. I don't understand that implication, but thank you for it. I want to return this. You got a VCR box. When I first came here, I wanted the people around me to have good things. Unfortunately, that is not possible when you're an undesirable. Wrong story, wrong people. Not my fault this time, but the crowd was already here when I arrived. And it looks like you have some choices to make. Stay inside, stay alive, if you can call this a living. Or do your job, let them in and face the consequences. Only you can decide to whom your soul belongs. Yeah, my soul belongs to, I have to go friggin' remessify it. My soul belongs to electronics. Or something. Where am I going? He did give us that VCR box, right? It's ours. For realsies. Hardware used to play VHS tapes on TV. Hell yeah. My soul belongs to the VCR. Yes, exactly. B. I also don't like the implication, because that's like some kind of weird dried blood stain. So I'm not sure what the implication is of how I managed to mess that up. Wrong one again. Gore bucket, I mean, that's fair. It's 1990X. Al Gore was around. He probably gave me a bucket. I'm lost. Fruit mush. Apply directly to the fruit head. Look, fruit. There we go. Now we can get into electronics. Hey dude, this is not electronics. Where the hell am I? Getting lost in my own store. There's a blank video screen on the TV. Perfect for playing a VHS tape. But however, a VCR box is required. You plug in the VCR box. So let's play our conditioning VHS tape. The museum. I accidentally went to electronics. Or electronics. Hell yeah. Sorry We're Open began as another iteration on the roguelike gameplay introduced in previous installments, this time with a focus on text-based adventure scenarios to build out story and atmosphere apart from the experience in the overworld. Much of the development process also involved improving and experimenting on existing systems and mechanics implemented on previous projects. The museum provides a closer look at this development process. Enjoy your visit. Your home store. While previous installments explored workplace horror in just one comprehensive location, to note what the Oates, the person who made this, has made two other what do they call it? Retail horror? Workplace horror. Made two other workplace horror games, I believe. No Delivery and Nobody's Home. Which that one might not be workplace horror, but they have three thingamabobs. Oh. While previous installments explored workplace horror, In just one comprehensive location, one of the goals of this project was to focus on the collective and societal terrors experienced en masse. So to tie those themes in, a decision made early on was rather than creating an expansive establishment with dedicated areas for all departments, it would be more effective to have different store branches under the same corporation experience and cope with those corporate changes in different horrifying ways. Grocery store. Stores make up one of the fundamental pillars of the community, being the place where food and produce are typically provided. As such, a major factor in the health of a community is its access to nutritious ingredients and products. In order to illustrate the disrepair of the store and eventually the community it serves, a smaller food chain plot was made specifically for this branch that can be glimpsed both in the day and night shifts, as well as in what you can piece together in the environment and side quests. Banana phone. The constant arranging and reorganizing of inventory is the name of the game for most apparel storefronts. And while retail technologies come a long way to keep better track of high volume of inventory, there's the occasional anomaly that's inherent whenever working with the general public. The department store leans into this with a more straightforward approach to the side quests available, building on established expectations and preparing you for the most common precedent of making a choice between what's marginally right and what's to your benefit. Corporate HQ. A visit to the corporate offices brings a familiar dose of office horror to shake up the experience following your time in each of the store branches. While it can be simple to accept conventional corporate horror as an eldritch phenomenon unknowing employees are subject to, it's important to observe corporate as yet another workplace with its own cyclical food chains and anomalies caused by decisions made between what's right and what costs less. Parking lots. One arguably important cultural part of a storefront or applicable business is its parking lot. And due to the wider scope and multiple locations, trucks, cars, and means of travel which were deemed necessary to include in the mechanical and environmental design. And aside from the communal spaces inside the store, discourse can take place anywhere, especially the liminal space of a parking lot. Your average employee once again takes the spotlight, this time as the main members of your party to accompany you throughout the game. Design-wise, each crew member was crafted with a balance of fragility and options to serve for the good of the crew or for the manager's survivability. The manager, the player, was also another leap that had to be taken when it came to storytelling, especially with an ever-changing crew composition. The manager, the player, was also another leap that had to be taken when it came to storytelling, especially with an ever-changing crew composition, that the player must constantly make the decision between the crew and their own survival to proceed. Joke's on you, that wasn't really the case. It happened one time, I think. Alright, but we go back to the home store. Aside from that little tidbits of information, we have a mess to clean. Clean it up. See, your compartment pops open. You got bus fare, 1 quarter. Okay, so we got that quarter. We got those 2 quarters. And then there's that quarter. Well, that's one. No. Oh, I need to talk to... I need to do things there again some more. Okay, understood. Okay. Back. Alright, now that we've done that, we need to... The random music is pretty good, yeah. I do enjoy the music. We do need to obtain/find our corpse, as Mr. Corporate Liaison said. Hi, you're a manager. Your emaciated, unliving body, and indeed it is mine. Your new mouth waters at the sight. Consume. You have regained your humanity. That wasn't a quarter. I mean, important we got our humanity back, but don't I need 5 quarters? Oh, we have 3 right now. Still. Well, let's start by going to the sister location. A Dark Souls requirement. Yep, of course. Hi again. Oh, it's you. How are you even here? I thought you guys stopped working outside the store. Weird. Just about to take the bus home. Gonna be a long ass ride home. Sorry, considering my circumstances. You know, I was hoping to get promoted someday. Be a manager. You don't want that. But I'm pretty sure corporate's been lagging the process. It's been months since I submitted. But I don't think I can ever just fire someone like you did. I want to say that things would have been different if I'd been in charge, but I really needed that job. Who knows what I'd be capable of doing to keep it. Huh. Okay, that's my bus. Gotta go. Alright, what am I doing now? Ah, okay. I kind of had a feeling that's what it was. Two brother location. Or brother chapter. The flickering lights at the bottom there to find her at another bus station. I guess by going through here, maybe? Yep, there we go. The hell, man? How'd you end up here? Everything's closed on this block. Me? This is just my commute. Yeah, gotta take 3 more buses from here. I mean, who can afford a car, right? Not me, that's who. Right side, I don't have to ride through this part of town anymore. This place here actually closed back when the grocery store opened. I'm guessing a lot of other places around here folded the same way too. You guys are in the habit of screwing over folks, huh? Sorry, I'm just bitter. I don't blame you. Work with enough a-holes to become an a-hole yourself. Thought I was doing it to survive, but turns out people can just rub off on each other terribly. Just a vicious fucking cycle. Again, sorry, just venting. Damn bus is taking too long. You know what? I'm just gonna walk, clear my head. There's some better places I want to go. I'm tired of waiting for a ride there. They look to have dropped something. You got a bus fare quarter. It's mine now. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, having the hindsight we do of that, probably for the best. But, I mean, not for the best necessarily, but they're lucky for that. But also, good. Look, I had to regain my humanity. And that means putting a smiley stamp on my face and consuming a corpse that may or may not have been me. Reclean the mesh. And apparently there'll be another option. Let me re-verify that though. Well, the Mother Mall, and you should have a new option. Been cleaned. Make a mess. Reclean the mess. I'm gonna guess they mean a new option at the ending then. But also just in case, let's verify that there's no option popped up somewhere. I did, people. I can't do anything with the computer anymore. You're all dead. None of these options new. Okay, I'm gonna guess they mean new option with the ending then. And if they don't, then it's a very poorly written thing. How dare they? No, the other ending's got his quarters, so that's probably what they mean. But they probably mean that. Hi. If you can come up with a third option, make the human choice. Hint, hint, hint. A crowd of hungry eyes stare back at you. But for the first time in a while, you feel your heart beat in your chest. Sorry, we're open. The general public awaits with a fathomless hunger. Man, I gotta fight him. Alright. Protect our mascot. Mascot. Nature calls. Proper packing. Go-karts. Go-karts. Oh, good. They're stunned. Defend our stalker. Nature calls. Proper packing. Go-karts. Drag him up! Oh, we missed. Not stunned. Tragedy of the Commons. They have counterattack now. That's no good. Self-defense on the bagger. I don't have... Yeah, because I don't have... Yeah, I don't have any of my, my heal skills or anything left, so, oh dear. Self-defend myself. Purchase time. You got $5. But they have sugar rush, which means they get to do two things. Also, my bagger got healed, I think. Self-defense back for my mascot again. Nature calls. Get friggin' stunned. Oh, they're poisoned. That also helps. Okay, they're stunned. Good. Mascot, hide. If any of us have to survive this, it should be you. We killed it with poop. Back to work. Bags of money found, bags of money found, bags stuffed with money found. Your corporeal body crumbles in the struggle against the general public, exposing your consumed flesh within. And to the people's horror, blood spills from your plastic form onto the floor and nearby. The violence stops. Did we just kill someone? Nah. So there was that. The human options, they realized this horrible, soulless entity, supposedly soulless entity, you know, working this horrible, horrible job, was in fact perhaps human. You got bus fare. We now have all the bus fare. So, time for the final ending thing, I believe, which is to say... I'm lost. Where am I? Totally unbelievable ending. Oh, wait, no, we need to go to sister location. Welcome in, OG. No, sorry, Oni. OG and Oni, but OG we already knew was here. But yeah, completely fake. The common masses realizing the mistakes made in them? Yeah, very unrealistic. Was it not here? Was it at, I guess it was at Brother location. Sorry, Brother chapter. I went back to here again. The frick? Wasn't that corporate? Oh, it must be at the plaza. There it is. Bus fare required. Only quarters totaling $1.25 are accepted. Sufficient amount for bus fare. Accepted. Board the bus. Get the fuck out of here. They're listening to some music. Judging from their head bobbing, it's got a good beat. Wrapped around one of their hands is a rosary. The other hand is holding a dark glass bottle. Upon closer inspection, they are currently wearing a different warehouse uniform, one belonging to another company. Clutching their belongings, they cautiously begin to nod off. Keeping their hands low, they're trying to carefully count out the folded stack of bills. Quietly, they slowly thumb through some kind of course review textbook. Sitting completely still, they stare straight ahead, leaving no unnecessary movement. Hey, it's just like me. Attached to their collars is their very own bus pass, complete with a photo and all. You, my not friend, but hi, I'm here too. What? I was able to cool off. Doesn't mean I can't get tired of walking. What's weird was you taking the bus. Coming to car break down or something? Hey, we just passed your home store, right? Did something happen? Oh. I get it. You're not going back to work. You're taking the bus now. I'm sorry, dude. Looks like you're in the same boat as the rest of us, then. I mean, it's not so bad down here. No more dealing with customers or corporate. All the free time you need. You literally quit after fucking firing me. Can't let people down if they expect nothing from you. Yeah, and that's it. Short list. Maybe take a look at everyone on this bus, or back at the store. Like, really look at them. I mean, pretty much, yeah. Then you'll know, despite whatever cosmic target you have on your back, we never suffer alone. And if hell is other people, then maybe it's not so terrible down here. And it's just a job. Well, that's the final ending we can get. So now to get my skirmish of things. The gameplay was, fun. It was interesting to do. I recall the person I'm just better at RPGs than them, though. The person I first saw this as a Let's Play thing going on, I'm like, I did much more poorly than I did. But I'm also better at RPGs. Oh. But beyond that, like in terms of the, I mean, by and large, I would just say it's freaking, yeah, indeed, depressing. And the quote unquote existential horror of life, which is just ultimately depressing. Heck, I just noticed that one. So like, I'm sitting here, I'm like, I mean, it was horror I can handle because it, wasn't the psychological horror of making me paranoid. And those with coupled with jump scares are usually what get me the worst. But oh, yeah, I don't know. It was an interesting. There we go. Yep, a full ending by reaching the true end. Finally, just getting out of there. Yeah, it was an okay game. The overallness of it, though, does indeed feel like I'm like that wasn't really a fun experience. I think it would have been a little more quote unquote fun slash interesting for me if it weren't the same stuff I unfortunately already am well aware of when it comes to how fucking garbage corporate capitalist culture is. So it's like, okay, great, you just remind me of things I already know. That's but you know, doesn't mean the game shouldn't exist. And I'm sure other people will be were much more it, uh I mean, it just was bringing it into the open. I feel like, yeah, but it's a horror game. Horror games don't have to say things about things; they just have to remind you of the horror. I shrug. I'm not much of a fan of the horror genre in general. Oh, more could have been said. Horror games, especially. I feel like horror is a genre probably, unless the point is to yeah, horror video game. Like unless you're just doing the aesthetic of horror. Like I know there's a PlayStation RPG that is like a gothic horror setting sort of situation, but by and large it's just a turn-based RPG. I feel like psychological horror is probably the best option that most horror games can go with. Existential horror like this one, not necessarily so much, but other games have probably done existential horror like this and done it better. I don't know. I don't delve into horror very much. Either way, I feel like it could have been potentially done better. This one, well, that's the thing. Like there's plenty of horror stuff that is not just depressing. I feel like this one was just kind of depressing. It was by just pointing things out, and the best quote unquote light at the end of the tunnel they could provide as like a bit of insight or whatnot is maybe it doesn't suck as bad as it could because other people aren't the worst and it's just a job. And it's like, that doesn't really help much. Oh, especially because there was the only quote unquote character was you and random people. Oh, yeah, yeah, fair, but also not. Yeah, and yeah, nihilistic in a very high school kind of way is kind of I think where I'm settling with that as well. I appreciate the person making it. I appreciate them trying to say something if they were actually trying to say something, but I do feel like more could have been done.